Thank you very much for the kind words. It's a pleasure to be here in San Francisco. It's time for one time, so I'm very glad to come back. As you say, I had the privilege to be the prosecutor in the International Criminal Court. My work is to investigate three types of crimes: genocide, who is an attack, or we say goal to eliminate a group based on an ethnic group or religious group. Crimes against humanity is another crime we are involved with. Is a widespread or systematic attack against civilian population. And then war crimes. These are the three crimes we can investigate. The crime had to be committed after July 1st, 2002. And they can have to be committed in the territory of a national of the state party of the court. And the other condition is the states, no state should prosecute them. So I prosecute them when no one else is prosecuting them. So that's my job. I'm very glad to be here because I spent 6 years and a half in my office. I arrived when I have 6 floors. When the day I arrived, were 6 floors empty and 2 employees. Today I have 300 employees from 70 countries, and we are full of activities. But then we have some cases in court, and I'm planning my last 2 years. And that's why I'm glad to be here to learn a little about what you are doing. And I had a good meeting with the students from the area, because one of the ideas we are trying to see is how the court activities could be taught in the schools. Because at the end of the day, this court will do a few cases. I'm planning to do 3 trials in the next 2 years and a half. So how a tiny court in The Hague could change the world. So, as any court in the world, the court defines individual responsibilities. But as any court in the world, the court defines the behavior of political leaders, army, police, and citizens. And the difference here is this court rulings have impact in at least 100 states. That's the beauty of this court. One case in The Hague impact around the world. And one important impact is how to educate children, because we need the children who understand the concept, and then they will request to the leader to do something different. I was in Austria a few months ago, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs told me his problem was that he had to send troops to the border between Chad and Sudan, but 70% of the population refused to send Austrian troops because they say, what do I do there? So we need the voters and citizens who understand the idea what it is to be living in a global community today. No? That is the point. You live in San Francisco, you live in US, but also you are part of humanity, and that is a concept we are trying to develop. That's why I was very pleased that we have this conversation with the students. Can you stand up? Yes, they are the students, okay? And following I have 4 kids. The younger is 11. And he told me that the school is boring. He's boring. So, he, last year, the last day, I told him, okay, you don't need to go to school today. Are you crazy? Today I will go. What happened with you? Oh, today they will show us a movie. And then I had to go. So he explained to me I had to use movies. So I have a couple of movies to show you, because I like to explain to you where this idea coming from. Because in fact, this idea to have a global permanent court was discussed for the first time in 1873 and was implemented like 130 years later. Because that's the problem. No? Create a global community is not easy. It takes time. Basically, in 1873, one of the founders of the Red Cross said, okay, now we have international humanitarian law. Law has to be respected by the armies of the different countries, but the states are not punishing their own soldiers. So we need an international independent criminal court to punish the soldiers, to be sure the law of the wars are applied. That was the concept. And in fact, the world was trying to do this after the First World War. And you have a Versailles Treaty saying that the Kaiser should be prosecuted, but Netherlands provided asylum to him, so there was no prosecution. And then you have the Second World War. And the Second World War, yes. So it was the beginning of the idea to have international justice. And I'd like to present a couple of short things about
On August 6, 1945, the bomb called Little Boy was loaded into a B-29 Superfortress. It was released above Hiroshima. Three days later, Nagasaki suffered a similar fate. An estimated 145,000 people died within seconds, and tens of thousands more would later die from radiation sickness.
Okay. I didn't know he was an Argentine. That's the best thing.
150,000 people died immediately in Hiroshima. And interestingly, why I like to show that, because in Hiroshima, the mayor of Hiroshima is the leader of this group of citizens of the cities around the world. And the concept they have is not to protect Hiroshima. They are trying to find a way that no city in the world in the future receive an atomic bomb. So that is the concept. They are not protecting Hiroshima citizens. They are protecting everyone in the world. And that is the main concept of the International Criminal Court. And interestingly, in this country, this concept is clear. However, today, this morning, I was in Stanford with my former colleagues, and in international relations, it's wrong. US protect US interests. And that is the theory. However, as you see here, there are many citizens in the US committed to promote these ideas in the world, not just in the US. And in fact, it's interesting because I will show you what countries are members of the Rome Treaty, and US is not a member. However, 80% of the citizens committed with the ICC coming from US. So you are the leaders of the US moving this idea, not just for US, for the world. And the other, I'd like to show this other. This is an excerpt of a film taken